What's up, everybody?
Hey.
My name is Kaira. I am your host, and here's my co-host. Introduce yourself.
I'm Jonathan.
Yes. And welcome to the Arkaive podcast, where we talk about and deep dive into the evolution of popular music and popular artists that made this music industry, made this music world pop, and that we just love and are inspired by. Super excited to start this season off.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. We came up with this idea. I've always wanted to do a podcast about music and the history of music. You know, I've taught a lot of classes on music history, and I'm just very fascinated. And this came about, we had a weekend, y'all, at Jonathan's house, where we talked about music for like 3 days straight.
Nothing but music, loud in the back.
Yes.
We had like the speakers all in the backyard.
Yeah.
I think I broke like 2 that weekend.
Yeah, that's how much we were like knocking, you know. It was
Just
really fire.
Creating idea, like talking about projects, and that's where we put it together.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know, I've always wanted to do a podcast. And for a long time, I'm like, I don't want to do the podcast by myself. Like, I don't want to just sit in front of a mic and like be talking to myself, you know, but we've known each other for a long time, but I'm like, I never thought about like, since 2017, 2016, 2017.
7 years about?
Yeah. I love that for us.
Yes.
But I'm like, I don't want to talk about it by myself. But who is as passionate and as crazy about art, music, fashion, all of these things as me? And that we can really just, you know, because...
You knew?
I knew.
But you didn't know. I mean, I just think we bonded different.
Yeah, we had time to have the conversation for 3 days straight. Yeah. You know, just in the way...
But it wasn't about... The weekend wasn't about this project. It just came. It was about...
It was like, let's hang out as like friends.
And
let's,
just,
you know, get away. You know, there's no phone service really up there. So it was really conversation, like strictly conversation. And then I think the last day, I'm like, or the day before last, I'm like, let's do the podcast. Like, let's do a podcast. And that really just like, it sparked off all these incredible ideas. So just really excited to be here. So today's first episode.
Let me get myself repositioned because this is going to be really good.
Yeah, like I'm super excited. First episode is called Arkaive. And we are here. You're good. We're here and we are talking about one specific artist's catalog and their archive of music. And I'm really excited about it. It's Mrs. Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Yes. Yes. We're going to be talking about some of her life story, but really just diving into her studio recordings. And
She's a lot. They're vast.
This lady.
Like, we're doing studio albums.
Yeah.
So, but in the grand scheme of things, like her music, I would need a whole nother day and a half.
No, facts. The live albums, her performances, which we'll touch some of those as well. Her music videos. She just has like, the catalog goes crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then you get into songs that she just wrote and then like really was, you know, as a producer or whatnot. And then off stage, you know, has pretty much touched anything music is involved in. Yeah, she's touched it, I feel like.
Yeah, she's a queen. So tell us a little bit about Alicia Keys. I know you know Jonathan loves a good bio.
I love a good bio. I love a good biopic. Yeah. So she she rolls in professional performing arts school at the age of 12. Mm-hmm. So she's really exposed to like more dance, more theater and things like that. Mm-hmm. She starts to play piano when she's around 7 years old.
Mm-hmm. Classically trained, yes.
Classically trained. And the method is called the Suzuki method. And it helps children learn through playing and immersing themselves in the... So are you familiar?
Shout out to the Suzuki books.
Oh, you know. So you know? Okay, I was wondering if you were... Okay,
yeah.
So basically there's just like certain steps or parameters that you must abide by just to make sure that But it's a method of just believing and understanding that anybody can learn, especially a child, anything if they are placed in that environment.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely.
Yeah.
Similar how we speak. They call it kind of like a mother's tongue of how your parents or mother like teach you to speak. So a teacher can do the same thing with music.
Yeah.
You know, you just start to learn the language.
Yeah, it's Suzuki. I feel like, I might be wrong. Is it Japanese?
Yes.
It's giving Japanese.
I think it's Japanese. Yes.
Yeah.
And
we know Asia has some of the best classical pianists in the entire world. So I definitely know that drink works, you know.
After that, she meets Crucial Keys. I'm going to this kind of like
Crucial Keys.
Crucial Keys is like her business partner.
Is that where Alicia Keys came from?
I believe so. And then you know what? I didn't even think about that because you couldn't have told me when I was younger her last name was Keys.
Right. You didn't hear me say Alicia Cooks because the girl's name is Alicia Keys.
That's what I said in my head when I read it. I was like, it's not her last name.
It's either Alicia Keys or Alicia Beats.
Oh, Alicia Keys.
Swiss Beats.
It's AK
or AB. It's one of them.
It's not AC.
It's not AC. Who is Alicia Cooks? Alicia Cooks is from Hell's Kitchen. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know?
No.
In 1985, at the age of 4, Alicia Keys was on the episode of The Cosby Show.
Yes, I actually did know that. Yes.
It was the episode where Raven Simone.
Yeah, she was friends.
Has a part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Raven Simone right?
Yeah,
not
Olivia.
Rudy.
Olivia.
No, it would have been Rudy. Who?
Olivia was Raven Simone.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because
it could have been Rudy. Olivia was probably there as well.
Olivia, it was before because she's 4 because 81. It's in the 80s, so that was
okay.
It would have been.
And Olivia came in the 90s.
Yes. So Rudy was a little girl, and she had a party, a summer party, and Bill is giving everybody dances on the he has all the kids on his knee and they're bouncing around and the kids are. It's one of the funny.
I remember like a horse.
It was so funny.
First of all, I remember watching that and then like making my father do that.
Me too. Yeah, probably. Yeah, right. I feel like my dad would do stuff like that anyway.
Yes, and it's like this, like
Yes, and and he would hold the kids by the shirt, and they would just dangle.
Yes,
it was so hilarious.
Yes, I low-key remember.
And they were tickled pink. They were so it was so funny. Anyway, he was one of the kids.
Oh, I love that. I do remember. I think I like saw her. You know, the day and age of Instagram, like everybody's posting throwbacks. So I feel like I saw her post that or something.
It doesn't look like her to me.
Yeah, it was like baby Alicia.
I know, but you know how sometimes you can tell.
Yeah.
I was like, it's been a while actually since I've seen that clip, but I do remember looking at it later and being like, I don't look like her. But anyway, so
that's cool. So she was involved in the industry still at a young age, you know. Yeah, cool.
Before,
So she goes through the Suzuki program.
Yeah.
And this is where she gets a lot of her foundational piano classical playing, which I can't wait to talk about, like within the albums, like even how she's used it in popular R&B music and how structured it is, and how I believe like to be great you have to be consistent with certain things, and how even classical music, because I also studied classical music, how the classical training gives you a structure and a foundation to apply that, and the discipline to apply that to R&B, and there's like a consistency to be great in this genre or in this industry. You need some sort of discipline and consistency, and how classical music has like affected Alicia Keys. Like I thought that was one of the coolest things, kind of like diving into her music. Like I thought that was super cool. Yeah. All right. So what else you got for us about her?
So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Fast forward. So Alicia Keys graduated high school early at 16. Valedictorian. Boom.
Oh.
Ooh, boom. That's one boom. I'm gonna give you a lot of booms.
Okay.
These come the booms. So then she was automatically kind of like started. She was in a girl group
Okay.
right around high school before she graduated in a trio, and she really loved being in a group because it allowed.
This is late 90s.
Yes, yeah. And this is because she's able to collaborate with different artists, and she really loves that. So around the time Alicia Keys graduated, I just had to like process myself. Alicia Keys graduated. She got in contact through different channels with Clive Davis, and they Columbia Records offered her a deal. And
yeah, she was about 15.
She was about 15. It was before 15. I think she was like, yeah, about 15. Yeah, because she started writing earlier than that. And they offered her a record deal of $26,000 and a baby grand piano, white baby grand. So
cute.
She cute, right? So she goes to Columbia, and she gets her team of songwriters. She gets her people, but by this time she's already been writing. Like technically, she started writing songs in A minor when she was 14, because Butterflies is the first song she ever...
and that's a year before, like that's pretty normal too.
Yes.
You get your songs written, and then
it's not well,
yeah, it is.
Now it is, but you have to think back in the day, like it wasn't normal per se I think that was very abnormal to be so young.
What I'm saying is it was normal. What I'm calling normal is to have songs written before you get I think it's wonderful that she was young, but I was saying it was normal to have the songs written, some of the songs written before getting the record deal.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's normal.
I feel like you said that because you're a singer-songwriter. When you say that, I think about artists like how Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera got signed. For a little more, not that they don't have talent,
but they were signed more as artist vocalists. Alicia Keys, I feel like, was signed for her ability to be a musician and a songwriter. So if I'm a business owner of...
You think they signed Britney Spears as vocal because she's vocal?
Yeah, her vocals cut through. Oh, baby, baby. We like it.
We do.
It works.
Interesting.
I'm not saying she's a Whitney Houston. I'm just saying her
I would say more entertainer.
Remember when we were talking about... Yeah, an entertainer.
Yeah.
Where Alicia Keys is an entertainer. But she has a specific skill of why this record label is signing her.
Yeah.
And she came in with it.
Right. Yeah. But I do feel like...
Which I was saying is normal.
Yeah. And I feel like she's so beyond that. I was like, that's not... No, she's like...
It's just two different products.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Right. So... She hates the experience at Columbia Records.
I'm sure.
Because they tried to make her a Britney Spears and Christina.
I'm sure.
And then she was like, that. She said, they were disrespecting me. And my craft, like, she was not having it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure. They still do that.
Yeah. And she. And this is why I was reading this and I was thinking of you the whole time. So. She's trying to get out of this record deal. She's like, I fought tooth and nail, like, to get out of this record deal. And she did. And then she was able to, signed with like Clive Davis, like on J Records, where she was able to be herself. She knew
produced the album.
Yeah, and she did.
Yeah.
She was like, they weren't in my best interest creatively.
Yeah.
And also, again, she had to deal with men propositioning her in the industry.
Yeah.
And she was like, absolutely not. Like,
yeah, and we still deal with it. I'm pretty sure, it's really like who is, as a female artist, like how much you can handle and let go, because it hasn't stopped.
Okay, can I ask you, what is, in your experience, what is that? And is that?
As far as like what?
Like, in your experience, like, what do you handle? Like, explain that. Like, what does that mean to you? It's like, you let go. What do you let go? And what do you let go and slide?
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm sure there are so many different things that happen. I'll say, like, if I could name two things that I have to often let go, is like the condescending, like someone thinking that I don't, And it's not really saying like, Kaira, you don't know what you're doing. Right. It's like the over explaining.
Yeah, mansplaining.
Yeah, mansplaining.
And we do that.
Yes.
Because John does it to me. Yeah. And I'm like, don't mansplain me.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah, like I know, like thank you. And that's not saying like someone who is just trying to describe what they are trying to describe.
Right, right.
It's like there's a certain tone behind, like I've had somebody like send me a link to ChatGPT on how to record something.
What's ChatGPT?
You don't know what ChatGPT is?
No.
What's it? To catch you up to 2024.
Say what it. But what is it?
It's AI. Oh. You really don't know what ChatGPT is?
Child, I know. Steven Spielberg movie where Haley Joel Osment.
See, before this, the only AI I knew was Allen Iverson. Yeah. But yeah, I would say like the condescending mansplaining, or just like I do have experiences of like someone literally saying to me like, you don't have no sex appeal, so this music ain't gonna sell.
And first of all, not only
nobody wants to you.
You don't, maybe.
I don't want to you either.
Number one, nobody asked for that.
And so stuff like that. That's crazy. Because I wear baggy clothes, because I dress a certain way.
Are you supposed to have everything out showing all the time?
The women selling today, in their opinion, are the women who got everything hanging out, which is dope. Like, fine, do your thing, shake that,
but
you know.
So many versions.
Make that you breathe, you know, like do your thing. Like, but that is not me. And I think what would be worse is me doing that, and then now I'm unauthentically out here and people are reading me for filth because they can see that is not you.
It's so easy.
It doesn't sell. Unauthenticity does not sell.
Yes.
People will eat you up.
Yes.
Saying you're fake, and I'm not doing that. That's selling your soul, you know? Mm-hmm. And some people are good at it. I'm not good at it. Like, I'm really not good at it.
And I feel like, and we're seeing this now, this year, a lot of, when you do that and the stakes are so high and there's so much money, it costs a lot. I never really understood that term until recent. Like, I had a broader idea of what that really meant. Because it's just a term, like, sell your soul. Like, you do sell your soul. Mm-hmm. And it's in a way that, I don't know, but from what I'm seeing, it is not.
And even if you
don't come back.
Yeah, think about like soul music.
Yeah.
What makes a soul? It's somebody singing from their toes. Mm. Like it's their being. You could hear the pain, the joy. You can hear all of that. It's everything that makes you you. Your experiences, all of that. Like, who are you? And then you want me to be someone else that is really not me. That's why I'm like, some of these women who, you know, don't mind showing a little bit more skin or, you know, like doing all of that. Some of them aren't selling their soul because that's exactly who they are. You can tell like they're just being themselves. But when you go on to ask artists like Alicia Keys or like me, who may not be that or isn't that, that's selling your soul. You ask me to be somebody that I can't go on this stage and sing this music from my toes because it's not me, you know?
Yeah.
So I love this though, because now that we've talked about J Records and Alicia finally being able to make this album, let's get into A Minor.
Yes.
The first album.
So
this song's in A Minor.
Yeah. Okay.
Which came out in 2001. Yeah. So she signed to J Records and when she was 15, which if she was born in 81, that's like 96. Yeah. Yeah, so again, she comes in with some of the songs.
Right. And right
before 14, which is 95.
Yeah. Yeah. And let me just preface by saying, right before this album hit, mm-hmm. she had dabbled. We had little sprinklings of her. Dr. Dolittle 2 soundtrack, she had a song. Mm-hmm. Men in Black soundtrack, she had a song. Yeah. And I was listening to those. That. Yeah. So those are little deep cuts. So she had a little exposure, but, you know.
Yeah, which, again, I think artists today have to understand that you have to, like, before you, and this is something I had to learn in my experience because I still haven't dropped my first album. You gotta kind of like sprinkle. People need to see you here, there, and, you know, in these places, you got to connect with certain people in a certain way, you know, before you do that.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I love that you did those deep cuts.
Yeah. And also, as an artist, it's important because depending on where you are in your journey, those first few songs can kind of help you direct where you're going to go for your EP or your next move. Because it may not be the move. So
1996, she's 15 years old. She signed to Clive Davis finally with J Records.
Yeah.
And in 1995, when she was 14, she was writing these songs and she knew they were hits. That's how she got signed with Clive Davis at J Records. And now it goes into the artist development. And this is where she's seen on soundtracks. She's seen probably performing around New York, around LA, doing all these different things.
She's recording in Queens because her and Crucia's already moved down there. They're like, they locked themselves up. They're like grinding.
And she's working on songs in A minor.
By herself.
The rest of it, she's
her
producing
team,
it.
Like her small, like, very small.
Yes.
So June 5th, 2001 is when Songs in A minor debuted.
Yes. Songs in A minor.
At number 1, 236,000 copies.
Debuts at number 1?
Yeah.
How many copies?
236,000. Now let me just say, but can we just talk about really quick? Let's give the children a little lesson on how albums used to sell back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sell,
not stream, sell.
Sell. Physical copies.
Yes.
Getting in a car. Going down the aisles, okay? Listening to this song 3 weeks beforehand and only be able to listen to it on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and let's just, I want to say Sabrina Carpenter just had a number 1 album.
Yeah.
And she sold 200 and around this amount, 230, 258,000 copies. In this day and age,
congrats, Sabrina.
236,000 copies was more so like, that's high now. But this was actually kind of this is for a first album.
Yeah.
236. If you didn't sell at least 100,000 copies off the gate.
Trash.
Yeah. Sales. Glass. No prestige, right?
Yes.
So this was an accomplishment for a debut artist. So off the gate, it ended up selling 7 million copies US, 11 worldwide. And Fallen. Let's get into it.
I keep on falling. Let's play a little bit of it.
Can we?
Yes, let's get into it. Because what a record.
This song came out about 3 weeks before the no. I think March. I want to say March. They did give it a little time because she was a new artist. They let this simmer, but it was an immediate hit.
So the album came out when?
The album came out in June.
June 2001. When was the first single of Fallen? Was it?
I want to say March.
Okay, that's good time. That's good timing.
It is. It's so interesting. I was looking at the timing of of releases now.
Yeah.
And how another practice back in the day, if your record got delayed and it was public, if they say to be determined, did you ever look at Source Magazine or like, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I would, and they would have the fall music preview, and they would talk about all the albums that would come out the next 6 months. And they did this because they would have actual dates and months. However, some would have to be determined, and that was really like, that was not a good sign.
Yeah.
Especially was in print, and it was to the public, because it was an automatic indication that something won't right. Either I won't done, they weren't happy with it,
right?
They didn't know what to do with you.
Something's happening,
right? But you had enough like popularity to have an album out, but they were so. Alicia's album actually took like 7 years to make, and like,
and it probably was done.
It was. She knew it was
took
done.
7 years
They just
to
didn't
come
realize
out.
it.
It took 7 years to come out. And who knows, again, from personal experience.
She started writing when she was 14, technically.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who knows what the reason was that they waited? And again, the music industry is big.
They didn't like it.
That's what they said?
Yes. When she, at Columbia Records, when she was entering music, they said it sounded like one long demo, like run-on song. There was no separation.
Yeah.
Aside from
because they weren't used to consistency.
Well, this when they brought in her other like people, and then they tried to make her something else, right? And there's something to be said about that. I don't think the way she explains it, I don't think she took that. She didn't like it, but maybe they need to be chopped up. I think she learned a lot from that.
You listened to my album, right?
Yeah.
They're all in the same. You know how we talked about it being in the same world?
Yes.
A lot of record labels don't like things being in the same world because they want separate single hits.
Yes.
Where it's like when you're working with a producer, a musician, the world is me.
Yeah.
So this is my formula of making a song. And again, I think there's sometimes when you're working with such a producer, such a musician, you have to trust them enough to know that like their fan base is gonna love every song.
Yes. Because
they love this formula, they love the sound, they love the way it's sonically, they love the message, they love the sonics, they love it's more like we're not just like writing these songs and like giving it to you, like this is our soul. Again, she's a soul artist. Like, and I really wish that labels today, and obviously it's not just today because Alicia Keys was experiencing this, but that people higher ups in the music world will put some respect on soul artists the way they put respect on Aretha Franklin, and she made a song about respect.
Right.
So, I feel like soul artists have been fighting for a long time for this, So I definitely understand it. Okay, but let's listen to Fallen.
Yes.
By now she's not 15. She's 20.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. So she's like, I want to say 19.
Oh, yeah.
Between 19 and 21.
Yeah.
So she's young. What I love about her style is the braids. She reminded the black people, oh, like braids are cute. Like she made it a fad. Like we knew about it.
Of course.
But now it was a style. Like she set a trend.
Yeah, she mainstreamed what we've been doing. She made, again, little girls, just like Serena Williams in the beads, she made little girls say, I want to do that to my hair and go to school and not be embarrassed, be proud. Yeah, my hair is like Alicia Keys. Yeah, my hair is like Serena Williams. It just gave, even Destiny's Child, like sometimes Beyonce would have the braids, it was just like, they gave us moments that just made us proud to wear our hair naturally in a time where perm was going crazy. Decorated.
It was the decoration for me because I think there was something about the beads that I feel used to make people uncomfortable. Not braids too, but it's the adornment.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the song in A minor though?
Candy Burris song. Jane Doe.
Shout out to let's listen to that a little bit right now. Shout out to Candy. She got hits. She gave the people hits. She also wrote Waterfalls. Candy.
Did she really?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Check that. I thought it was Dallas Austin.
No, I feel like Candy.
I don't know.
Waterfalls.
I just assumed it was Dallas Austin, but
did she write Shape of You? And
like
we gotta get into this one episode. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran got flagged in sync for sampling one of
Candy songs?
One of TLC songs, and that's the one that she wrote on.
What is that?
Candy Burris.
People be trying to be slick.
TLC.
I wonder if they knew. Somebody
No Scrubs. She wrote, I don't want no scrubs. Yes. So I'm in love with the shape of you. They're saying that he took the melody from No Scrubs. Yeah, and she gets paid from Shape of You. She gets paid from an Ed Sheeran song.
Okay.
Big
How
coin.
does that work? Okay, so he does that. How did they find out?
It's all publishing. You fight for it. Like, you're like,
I know, but how, like,
melodically, you took this from this. Yeah, so it's just like and we'll get into this too, the Pharrell Williams, Robin Thicke, T.I., Everybody Get Up.
Yes, yes.
That fight with Marvin Gaye, they lost.
Did they sample did they use his?
They said they didn't use anything. Pharrell said that he captured the feeling and recreated the feeling.
It was too close.
And this is the thing with judges who rule over music feuds. If you don't know music and the person can't explain, you don't understand that someone can recreate a feeling, how are you going to judge over that? How are you going to rule over that?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Okay, back to Alicia. So songs in A minor. We got Fallen. I wrote down some of my favorites.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to say that was really consistent in her albums was she kind of switched up her intros. She always has these intros where it's like a little poetry, but like this like beautiful piano, like sonata type of vibe that's like, she's like, again, bringing you into the world of Alicia Keys, you know? So yeah, the intro to this, yeah, that's you.
It's a new computer.
Yeah, come on, do not disturb.
I didn't know how to do my computer. I forget that my phone is on do not disturb, but my computer is not.
So the intro, we got to keep that in. We're leaving that in. Jonathan's phone was not on, laptop was not on do not disturb.
It's new. Look, I'm new to technology. Yeah, I don't know AI. I don't know 24 computers.
Yes. Okay. So, yes, the intro. Again, and this, she's really somebody that really inspires me because, again, her and Lauryn Hill, the way they have these really beautiful, like, orchestrated songs where the drums and the bass every time are gonna slap like a hip hop song.
Yes.
Every time. Like, it's gonna have your head bopping like this, you know? But the strings or that piano under there is gonna be or the guitar is gonna be, with Lauryn Hill, it's guitar mostly.
Yeah.
And with Alicia Keys, it's piano. It's gonna be some of the most beautiful, like, orchestrated loops of, like, a good piano piece, you know? And it's just like, so I thought that was really cool. And also, like I said before, just the inspiration of where she came from, the gritty New York, that boom bap, you know, it's just like fire. And
the visual, which is very important, I think, for a new artist, is like that first video has to say a message. And what that message is can make or break your career if it don't align. And which is an interesting fact. So the video, for those of you who have seen it, if not, I will watch it. It's basically the story of Alicia's character going to visit her boyfriend, husband in jail. And the journey there. And
which song?
Fallen. And, you know, she's in the bus with others going there. And initially, the concept was supposed to be the boyfriend going to meet Alicia in jail. And yes, because she was supposed to be the one in jail. And I thought, what would it be like? What would her career be like
if she was
locked up in that video? What would her career be like?
No.
Keisha Cole's?
It's not. Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
No shame, but shame. And I'm not, and I don't mean that I just mean because.
No, spot on.
It is because it's how you're perceived. And I think.
Spot on.
Right?
Yeah, spot on. And we love. We love Keisha Cole. Right. She could sing, she could write. No shade, but spot on.
Yeah.
Because Alicia, how we perceive her is still like this girl that you don't want to break her heart.
No.
And you want to do right by her.
Right.
You want to love her.
And you know why that is?
The right way.
You think?
You want to make her a wife.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And she'll ride for you. She has that,
Right. Because she speaks for everybody.
Yes.
This is what I've noticed about her work. She speaks for everyone.
At all times of life, too.
specifically to us in different albums. But we'll talk about her. But yeah, she does. She speaks to like.
Yeah.
It's just the way she writes.
So, what are your favorite songs on Songs in A minor?
Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Which was written
let me tell you.
by only Alicia Keys.
What?
There's no co-writer on Fallen.
Oh yeah,
she wrote
a few of them too, right? That's not the only one, is it?
No. Throughout her career, there are many songs, but I'm saying like that is the hit,
right?
And sometimes, most of the times, the labels are like, "This is not a hit because it's just you written."
Right.
People are no.
Don't touch my. I said what I said.
Yes, like come on now, like I wrote this.
Yes.
By myself, you know. So yes, written by Alicia Keys.
So real quick, my favorites: Piano and I, Girlfriend, How Come You Don't Call Me, which
Aretha. Huh? On how come you don't call me? Do you hear Aretha's influence?
Oh yes. And you know that's a Prince song.
Yeah, sampled Prince sample.
Yep. And Stephanie Mills also came out with a version in 1980.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
Very different.
Post that. I gotta post that on Arkaive threads.
Fallen, of course. Rock With You, A Woman's Worth, Mr. Man, and Butterflies. Butterflies was the first song written for the album, and she did that when she was 14. So those are my
Butterflies.
favorites.
I also love her nod, how she names her songs. Yeah. There is different nods to different grades, of course, which I don't know. When did Butterflies by Michael Jackson come out? Shout out to Marsha Ambrosius.
2001.
Yeah.
Okay, I have you remember we talked about, well, you said, you know how
2001.
Yeah.
Talked about what?
You said that people say Alicia Keys can't sing.
Yeah. A lot of people do say that.
I think it's because they listen to Why Do I Feel So Sad on this first album. I like the song. And maybe she did on purpose. I cannot listen to the whole thing.
I gotta play a little bit of it
it's
right now.
All, I don't know.
Going to the
That's the best part. Of,
I had to stop that.
Yeah.
Going to what we were talking about, what you brought up about Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Sonically, the voices cut through the mix. We like it. Yeah. It's pleasant to majority in their genres. It's pleasant to a lot of people's ears. Something that the label could have been battling here is like the vocals. The songs are great.
Is it in the wrong key? Or who's in the wrong key?
No, it's Alicia Keys singing it.
In the wrong key?
No.
Oh.
She's just a little flat.
She's okay.
Yeah, that's why I said it's just her.
And I wonder.
That's why I said she just gotta breathe. And this is just the vocal teacher coming out of me. She just needs more vocal support.
Okay. And she probably couldn't let go of it, or she couldn't hear. I just wonder why, like,
she's letting go
good.
Too much.
Oh, I don't know. I was just wondering because none of the album is off key. Like she doesn't sing a note where it's off, and this one is off and so deliberately, and I hear it.
Yeah, and anything.
I'm just wondering if she did it on purpose.
It could be multiple things. It could be she likes this song. Yeah. She wanted it to be on the album. She fought for it. Yeah. They didn't put as much work in it as they did Fallen. Think about it. There are times where, like for me, there's a vocal that I'm like, oh, this is not as like good or as strong. Let me go back and cut the lead vocal. Right. Again, she may have just recorded this and said, we're using it. I like the vibe. We're using it. Right.
I feel like it was, because I was like, I probably got to hear it.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I ain't gonna change it.
Maybe they so they have 16 songs on here. Maybe her record deal with Clive Davis was she needed 16 songs minimum on the album. She said, oh, well, we put in this one because I'm not like, let's put the album out. Yeah. Okay. You know, it could be anything.
I was just very.
Yeah, but Alicia Keys, okay, she's not my favorite singer at all, but I do respect her for singing anyway. Yes, because the internet be eating her up.
I believe she
and she's still gonna show up and sing with a smile on her face. She's still gonna put out an album where a lot of the times people get really discouraged by people's opinions. Yeah, and I respect her for because she's still that girl. Like she's still Alicia Keys. Like
I never heard that people didn't think she could sing. I noticed.
You don't be on the internet.
No, but I can hear where she'll hit certain notes and she'll crack, but it's kind of part of the art in her thing, because when she does it in the studio albums, it makes sense. But I feel like in performances, it just is what it is. But anyway. Yeah. So.
Okay, but so you said I'm gonna tell you my faves from songs in A minor. So yeah, How Come You Don't Call Me? I really only put 2 on here. How Come You Don't Call Me? I really love like the Aretha Franklin influence, and then I of course Fallen was like my fave, and A Woman's Worth, of course. Yeah, did you have anything else you want to talk about this album?
So there's a controversy about this album, aside from what we had already discussed. So February 6, 2001, India Reid released Video. She was on Motown Records. Have you heard that song?
Girl from your video.
That was basically like the 2001 equivalent of Black Girl Magic, right? Like
Black Girl Magic.
Like the movement. Like that, what it was, that song, because it's all about being the skin you're in. You got a full featured brown skinned woman.
So it's like the 2022 or 2023 version of Brown Skin Girl. You got skin
it
like
is.
pearl.
Yeah. Right. But yeah. Yeah. Right. But we didn't have a lot of these songs then. So it was kind of like a call to like be proud of the skin you're in, right? It was a kind of movement. So big hit. She was nominated for 7 Grammys for her debut album.
She has an
NDRE, Acoustic Soul. That same year, and we talked April, is when Fallen came out. 2 massive success, beautiful songs, dark skin, light skin. Alicia Keys was nominated for 6 awards of Grammys.
From the songs of A minor?
Yes.
The next year, Grammys.
The same year. They
So the Grammys are in February.
So
NDRE.
So February 2001, the year is releasing music, right? 2002 Grammys.
So not for the 2002 Grammys.
For 2002 Grammys. And they both had shared R&B song, R&B album, song of the year, and I want to say best new artist.
And Alicia's with Clive Davis. I know she won.
Alicia walked away with 5 out of her 6.
Yeah.
NDRE 0 out of 7.
Yeah.
And and I just want to say, at that point, I love Alicia Keys. And looking at this, I was reading this, I was like, I remember at that point, I was watching on TV, and I was like, and I knew what was going to happen. I was young. At that point, I felt like I wasn't represented by Alicia anymore. And I felt away, and it wasn't her fault. But it was, you know what I mean?
Industry.
It's an industry. And that was controversial. Like, we felt that.
That happens every year in the Grammys. Yeah. Still to this day, the people have to understand what the Grammys is.
Yeah.
How you get one. It's not about the people. It's about the industry. It's not about what the people are really listening to. It's about the industry.
Yeah.
It's who you shake hands with. It's who. Yeah, you gotta play. You gotta network. You gotta play the game, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
For a lot of. I understand it, and I don't mind networking. I'm not an introvert, so I know that there are some artists, and I'm not saying that this was like NDRE or Alicia Keys' experience or anything, but just thinking about like what some artists today like complain about. They don't want to like shake hands with people. They don't want to go to these parties, but you got to understand. You have to understand what a Grammy is.
And do you want one?
Do you want one?
Some people don't.
Yeah. If you don't, you don't have to. You don't have to play the game, But yeah. So,
I just thought it was interesting because, All right.
Let's go to her second album.
I love this.
The Diary of Alicia Keys, released in 2003. What were your faves on there?
Okay. Heartburn, Timberland, and Alicia Keys. Can we Timbaland is one of my favorite producers of all time, if not my favorite producer of all time. You Don't Know My Name.
This album goes insane.
Her first 4 albums, like the cuts, it was just, there's so much.
Harlem's Nocturne.
Oh,
like the opening of that?
I do remember, yeah.
Can we just play a little bit of the opening of that? She ate
layers.
Yeah, she ate.
I feel like these first 3, or at least the first 2 albums, that was like high school. Like the first 3 albums was like the soundtrack. But You Don't Know My Name.
Yes, I'm trying to see who produced that.
Kanye West.
Yes, I was trying to see who produced who produced Harlem's Nocturne, and Alicia Keys, Carrie, Crucial Brothers Jr., which he comes up a lot in her stuff.
Crucial with a K?
Yeah.
So is her team, do they do that? Because you got Crucial. That's not the same guy I was speaking of before. So
Crucial also wrote Diaries with Alicia Keys.
So you said Carrie Crucial Keys is his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No. I'm getting people confused because it's like 2.
But it's the Carey brothers. I think it's a duo.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a duo.
Yeah. Okay.
Or is his last name Brothers? I don't know. I really don't know. But yes, he helped produce the intro on the Diary of Alicia Keys. So yes, You Don't Know My Name. You brought up Kanye West. I thought that was really cool. And You Don't Know My Name came out 2003, right? And that is the same year that Kanye dropped, or the year before College Dropout. Yeah. So he's working on his own, which...
That story is so interesting,
That's genius. You're making your own fire first album, still producing for the top artists.
He was the producer that nobody really knew. He was just grinding. And successfully.
A lot of producers, I find, they can make 1 or 2 things that are different and weird and excellent. Then you have producers who make the same beat over and over again. Kanye West is making beats for Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, Beyonce, all of these different flavored artists, and giving them hits.
Yes. And what I love about Kanye, especially in the early, right before he dropped his debut album, is he used the samples at which he used.
He's the goat for
selection,
sampling, yeah.
And the way he sampled it felt fresh.
Yes.
It didn't feel redundant. It didn't feel...
copied and paste.
The samples now are so lazy.
And
he reworked it. He was like an alchemy. The way he did it was really cool.
Still to this day, he still does it.
But he sounds different.
Yeah. So yes, You Don't Know My Name. If I Ain't Got You, which, ding, 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 also only written by Alicia Keys. So this is second album that she said, I got one for y'all. Like, written by me. Shout out to you, Alicia Keys.
618,000 copies this first week.
This album?
Yes. Obviously,
618. So that's 400,000 more than her first.
Yes.
400,000 more fans that went and bought it.
Yes. And this is in the early 2000s, and she's a woman of color. And the sophomore Jinx, it's like that second album. It's not as...
The only person we saw do that successfully today is SZA.
Yes. Right, in those numbers, like that jump.
Yes.
And I was so scared. I was like, please, Jesus, just let it be for her, because she need it. Not no, she don't need it, but I mean, her artistry.
Keep going.
Well, she needs to keep going, but her artistry, like, I knew it was gonna be good, but yeah.
Yeah. No. I get what you're saying. Like, we be praying for our favorite, like, good artists to just come out.
I've been praying for that
sophomore
since 2013.
Listen, and SZA came with it.
Yeah.
SOS's.
Yeah, and I knew she was gonna have a struggle.
Chef's kiss. And it's because it doesn't sound like anything else. SZA is not like any other artist. What are we talking about?
So I just want to say, one thing about an interesting fact I found about this. So
about what?
About You Don't Know My Name, music video. Director, which is a really cool video, one of her best. Director is Chris. what is his last name? I want to say it's like Robinson or something. Anyway, I was looking down his list. In that year, which is a pretty amazing feat, he directed 29 videos, which is crazy. But I was just looking at who he directed for. The Braxtons, Angie Stone's brother, 112, It's Over Now, Shines, Bonnie and Clyde,
Black people.
Faith Evans, Carl Tom, featuring Carl Thomas, I can't believe.
That.
P. Diddy and Black, Mark Curry's Best Rap Video winner, Bad Boy for Life, or nominee, and so I just thought that was interesting, like the links, like the artistic links of the era. First of all, Bad Boy was putting out a lot of records. I was reminded that I was like, he was just pumping them out, but it's just like I was like, wow, like he like just work with everybody, and like this person knows that person, and like it's just very interesting. But
I mean, and the industry is still like that. You know? Like one of the top R&B directors right now. Shout out to Tiana Taylor. She's doing the damn thing with the aunties. She's really doing the damn thing. And her videos are good. Even the one she did with P. Diddy, fire. Incredible. Yeah, so, yes. Okay, let's get into the... I wanted to quickly talk about one more song on The Diary of Alicia Keys, and I had to talk about this one, Diary.
Yeah, I had that too, I love that song.
Written... again with Carey Brothers Jr., Jermaine Dupri, and Tony Tone. And they did a lot of remixes for this song. So Diary had so many dance remixes from different dance producers all around the world, which again also helps singles push, because now a slow soul song that wouldn't be played in a club now can be played in the club because there's a mix.
And she was trying to get the children, honey.
Yes.
So you get the dancing, you get a song in the club. It's a new audience.
Yes. Remember that weekend when I played the I Forgive You dance remix?
I was like, I was literally like jumping to the ceiling.
You were like, wait.
I went crazy.
Yeah, I thought I had showed you that before. Okay, let's go to her third album.
Another one of my faves.
Yes, As I Am. What's your faves from As I Am?
Real quick. Okay, a lot. Okay, so As I Am, Go Ahead, Superwoman, Like You'll Never See Me Again. Oh my God, that is one of my favorite songs. Lesson Learned. I love that song. I think that's probably my favorite song on the album. And I'm not a big fan of John Mayer. I don't know why, but whatever. Reckless Love, Teenage Love Affair, A Woman's Worth, Mr. Man. Oh, yeah. And sorry, Teenage Love. Sorry, I'm going to. I didn't delete the other two. Yeah, Teenage Love Affair, and that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't delete the other ones, but I copy and pasted.
I loved Superwoman. No One was my song when that came out. When I tell you, I had that on repeat. No one. Like, you know, that was the radio hit.
Yeah.
But what stood out to me was that Alicia Keys produced this by herself.
Oh, really?
Well, okay, she produced all the synthesizers, the synth strings, the piano, the vocals, the vocoder, all of that. She just didn't play the bass guitar and the acoustic guitar. She produced that joint.
I love how Alicia just teaches herself.
Yeah.
Like
she gonna figure it out.
She gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
One of the things early on, she didn't know how to work anything, and she just asked questions.
Yeah.
And watched.
Yeah.
And this really
to any like artist starting or producer or creative, like, you will find success if you literally ask questions and get next to people who know more than you. Literally, and shout out to my brother who's producing us right now in Mountain City. I knew nothing, and this man literally taught me Logic. He taught me just sitting next to him, watching it, and that's what started my music career. Like, I thought I was going to be a gym teacher, but...
Did you really?
Yeah, I wanted to be a gym teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But literally just asking questions and being curious, like, that will get you such a long way. And then also on No One. I wanted to point out Carey Brothers again. So this is someone that Alicia Keys feels safe with, comfortable with, and loves what they make creatively, right? Mine, I also love Teenage Love Affair. I put a slapper next to that one. I Need You.
Can you play that?
Yeah, I have to. That's might be my favorite song on this album.
I like knowing if it's different. I'm like, what did you like this?
Yeah, you're naming songs that I'm like, oh.
And I forget, you naming songs that I was like, forget about.
Yeah.
But also like, but yeah.
Wait, we're talking about As I Am?
Yeah. We were talking about the same.
My bad. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we're talking about.
I did, yeah.
I need to like bold some of this stuff. Okay, but this is I Need You by Alicia Keys. What?
And we keep saying over the immersion in the music. She sets us up. Alicia Keys, let me tell you something. These albums, these artists, please like set your world up right. I don't care what your world is. Your album could be set on Planet Toothpick.
Yes.
Riding a chicken.
Yes.
But please make us believe it.
Yeah. Don't just throw us in it.
No, and it has to be thought out.
Color it,
with
paint
your music,
it. Yes.
But she always is very good. We know, I'm clear. If I listen to it, her album, where she is. Very clear.
And that helps people playlist your music because it's like, okay, and you want people to add your songs to a playlist because when they just need to throw something on, they're throwing on this playlist.
Yeah.
Or they're throwing on this album.
Yeah.
Based off of what they're doing, how they're feeling, and you setting up songs and setting up projects, setting up albums helps the listener do that.
Yes.
You know, painting that picture. It's like, I'm going to clean my house to this, or I'm going to drive this 3-hour drive listening to this playlist. It just sets you up way better. So I agree. Yeah.
And really good albums sound bad out of order. If they're not ordered right. Like it just makes it's a mess.
Yes.
But,
and then my last song with As I Am on this album that I really loved. As I Am? Yeah. What did I say? Yeah. Okay. Was I love the title of the song, A Prelude to a Kiss.
Yes.
Because first of all, it's just very poetic. And I love that about Alicia Keys. Like, it's just what leads up to a kiss. Like, you're not getting a kiss unless you do these things, or this is what happens before I want to give you a kiss. Like, but naming something a prelude to a kiss, again, it brings in the classical, a prelude. You know, that word is a very classical word. Bringing that world into like her poetry, it was just a beautiful title to me.
The way she writes is beyond her years. We talk about soul. She's an old soul.
Yeah.
And that's in her first album. Because she started writing at 14. She's like, what a 14-year-old know about?
Right.
It's just the way she expresses an emotion that everybody gets, but especially the 14 butterflies.
Yeah.
Like, but the way she sings it, it's just like, are you 14 or are you 32?
When you look at Alicia Keys today, even she's very like,
yeah.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to light my candle. Let's meditate.
Or she could be real, though. Have you seen her tiny desk?
No. Yeah, I did. I did see it. But you know, she's very like, she's soulful. I think her candle's called Key Soul.
Oh, she has candles?
Yes. Which is, I want to get to, okay. So we have, I want to say this.
Yeah.
We have, after this, we can come back to it, but the Element of Freedom, Girl on Fire here, Alicia Keys 2 in 2021. I thought that was her candle line the whole time when she put out that album.
The auntie cover?
I did not know it was music.
No, I know, but I'm talking about the cover of the album.
Let me look.
I do.
It's like blurry. It's blurrily.
Well, I want to talk about that because
yes. It was like 2 parts.
Yes.
I thought this was, when she put this out, I thought it was a photo shoot for her candle line.
Well, I have issues with this album.
I never listened to it.
Let me tell you something. You should.
Okay.
Because we can edit this. Because can we just talk about this, or do you want to go back?
No, just go ahead. Say what you want to say.
So, this album, I had not. First of all, after
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because my notes say I really thought this was just her candle line. I'm gonna take a listen.
This her second half of her career is very interesting because this is where she doesn't care about sales, and she's not trying to
she doesn't
she's not
need
trying to be a pop
She's
star.
already making money.
Right. So it's a different ballgame. But this album, so the Keys is a concept album where she takes the same songs and they have two different productions.
Right. Yeah.
It's like an original, the way she kind of did it. Yeah. And then she invites other artists to collaborate to beat up, which I think is actually really cool.
I did listen to this album. I'm sorry. I said that I didn't. I do remember this whole thing, but I will say I mostly paid attention to the candle.
Right. And I didn't.
This is what I remember about this era. Candles.
Okay.
Candles and hair products.
Really? And she has hair products too?
Yes.
How many business she got? I didn't even know her.
She sells candles. She sells. This was no makeup era.
For her?
Do you remember the no makeup era for Alicia Keys?
I don't even.
You don't really be on the internet. And that's why I love talking to you. She had an era where she stopped wearing makeup.
Is this Alicia era? Because she ain't got no makeup on this cover.
Yes, she stopped wearing makeup. Is that where she has the head wrap on?
No, but I love that. Oh my God, I love that album.
It wasn't the. Again, she has multiple. There was this one project. It was the Alicia album. She had a cover, I think, for one of the singles where she has like this head wrap on, and she stopped wearing makeup.
Common.
Yeah.
I love that song.
She stopped me too. Ain't too much in common. Yeah. Oh yes. Yes. Yeah, she stopped wearing makeup on red carpets and all this thing. It was this big thing. So she put out a skincare line to coincide, like still having good skin. Yes, which I love. And she's still very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so Alicia had this whole thing. But that was in 2020 when she stopped doing the face, the makeup, which was also when In Common came out.
Yes.
And then 2021 is the Keys 2 album, which so there was just a lot going on. It wasn't just music. It was face stuff, hair stuff.
Hold on. So this?
No, that was that's Here, right? The album Here, that's 2016.
So it might have been In Common because...
Wait, what album is In Common?
Common came in this one.
You got way too much in common. If I'm being honest.
Yes. And she did kind of wear less makeup in this era too. Maybe this was the prelude to that. Like, okay.
So In Common was 2016? We're running out of time, so let's talk about Alicia's self-titled. Let's talk about Alicia. Wasted Energy is a bop, in my opinion. Do you know that song?
I really like.
So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite from there. I love that she had Tierra Whack on this album.
I do love that. I did peep that. And as I was telling you, like, I didn't get a chance to sink into this album like I would like, but
Me Times 7, she has Tierra Whack on it. I love Show Me Love with Miguel. She had like some of my favorite like low-key artists. Not to say that Miguel's low-key, but he's kind of low-key. Like,
he is.
You know, he had Miguel. She had Miguel on here. She had Jill Scott on here.
She did. And the song was called Jill Scott.
Yes,
I do like that. Yeah.
And then she has Snow Allegra.
Yeah, she did.
You know, like this album, and we talked about this, Alicia Keys loves collaboration. You can tell.
She does.
And another thing for like artists and collaborators, something that I learned, there are moments where you're going to write the song by yourself, where you're going to produce the song by yourself. But most of the time, guys, the song is way better when you just got somebody who is excellent at what they do. Like, if you're not a drummer, let a drummer put the drums on there.
True.
If you're not an engineer, hire an engineer. You know, it makes the quality of the song better. If you're not a rapper, you know, do those things. But also, like, just having a feature sometimes. And I loved this album because she really brought on some cool people who are highly talented. If you don't know about Tierra Whack, like, please check out Tierra Whack. If you know, don't know about Snow Allegra, tap in. Like, even Cleo Soul. Do you know who Cleo Sol is? Like, oh my gosh, she really will have you just like, she's like Erykah Badu, the vibe, not her look at all, but like the sonic, like emotional thing that I get from it is the same thing that I get in the world of Badu.
Is this your favorite album by her?
Alicia's?
Yeah. What's your favorite album?
My favorite album would probably have to be As I Am.
Okay.
Teenage Love Affair, I Need You.
And why though?
No One. I would say it's between As I Am and The Diary of Alicia Keys. Just the nostalgia, where I was, you know, with my first crushes, like stuff like that. I just remember like screaming these songs or like downloading them on my iPod or like I had the CD, like, you know, stuff like that. It's just like very nostalgic for me. And it really, to me, like, is the foundation of like who Alicia Keys has been in her career and like what is gonna last from her body of work, you know? So yeah.
Timeless songs.
Yeah. Who's your favorite? Or what are your favorite?
That was a hard one. I thought I knew it first. I will have to say I think it is Here. Because
2016, right?
Yeah. Because at this point, she's been the pop star. She's had the scandal. I was like, what are you going to sing about, right? Like, I don't want to hear love songs like those anymore because it's different. And I think in this album, it's a concept album that she kind of had to make from scratch. She really had to think about the concept.
Yeah.
Whereas
What's next?
What's next? Whereas in the beginning, the concept was her rise. It was built into her story. So now she's had that. And she's had backlash or pushback or whatever, she's able to create something that speaks to even a broader audience. This is a lot of queer. This talks about like love, her family, being queer, and it's almost in a way her. I would say this album, nothing like it, but it's kind of like her Lemonade. In a way, but the tone is completely different because it's like the album you not realize, I always knew, but she reminds everybody she is Black.
Yeah.
Those interludes, what you talk about, the interludes in this album are they're good and they're funny. It's just like not even her, they're not musical, they're more verbal.
I gotta listen to this album because again, in my notes, I said all first glimpse. I don't know any of these songs.
I didn't either.
We'll listen and see which ones I like. Which
In Common, Illusions of Bliss. I have to talk about this song, and I want to talk about
this is on here.
On Illusions of Bliss, and it talks about being Black in America.
Oh, I didn't know Alicia went there in the career.
Goes there.
What is it called?
Illusions of Bliss, and I thought about, I think this is really important. I thought about when you listen to the song, you'll see, I was writing down emotions and stuff about certain songs, especially if I hadn't heard them or experienced them. And one of it was this kind of like, it's like being, like the stages of grief in a way, right? And this album, what it talks about is being Black in America. And I was thinking about, and that's what she says too. And about being Black, it's almost being Black in America. You almost have 7 stages of being Black in America. Like you have to,
like the 7 stages of grief.
Yeah, like denial is like when you're young and you don't see color, like right. And then the anger is when you realize that you're different, and they let you know, like if you get called, you know what I mean, and you like bargain, trying to find your way and blend in, and like, oh, you know what I mean, and then you get older and you realize, and you have this like kind of, I just like, it's gonna be a struggle, like right, and then you accept it, and then you like before that, but you get angry and then you accept. This song is that, because when you hear it, it goes from this kind of soulful but very meaningful song, and then it becomes this like, she screams and sings and it's out of key, and it should be, and she releases it. And then she accepts it.
It's liberating.
It's so liberating.
Yeah,
it's
and
so good.
I think that ties into like Alicia Keys' vocals, she is a soul singer. Again, she's singing from them toes, you know? And like a lot of the times she's expressing, it's not about being pretty vocally, it's about emoting, you know?
And she does it
I
very
definitely need to listen to this. Definitely. I did want to, you know, we're in a time, but I did want to talk about Put It in a Love Song.
Yes.
You know, her collaboration with Beyonce, but also this is the first song that her husband produced with her.
And that was the album they first worked on together.
Yes, The Element of Freedom. But can we just talk about how did we get a music video? Put It in a Love Song music video. We did, right?
I've never seen it. I was looking, I've never seen that.
Put It in a Love Song.
That was her first album to go number 2, by the way. Element of Freedom.
I get that, though. I understand. Unthinkable goes crazy on that one.
I'm ready. And wait until you see me smile.
That's Drake, yeah.
Oh, it is Drake.
Yeah.
He wrote it?
If you ask me. Yep, and 40.
Oh, wow.
And Girl on Fire.
Wait, he wrote Girl on Fire?
No, but Girl on Fire is on this album.
Oh.
Drake and 40 wrote If You Ask Me, I'm Ready. Unthinkable.
The remix to Girl on Fire with Nicki.
Oh, yeah.
You go hard.
that one off. Yes. Okay, so let's like kind of wrap up.
Okay.
You know, this Alicia Keys world. Can we just both agree that we're not listening to Santa Baby?
We're not doing that.
Yeah, the Christmas album. I'm sorry, Alicia Keys. I'm just not. But
I'm not for anyone.
You. Yeah,
no goes for anyone.
And then we do want to congratulate you on Hell's Kitchen winning 3 Tonys this season, Tony season. I'm very excited to watch the play. Like, I'm definitely going. We're in New York, so we have to go there. Yeah. So, yes, Alicia Keys, thank you so much for
years.
Like all of the music you've given us.
Soundtrack to life. Like, she's given us a soundtrack literally to life.
Yes, literally. And I shared like some of Alicia Keys's work on Arkaive threads. And literally some of these songs in your catalog, Alicia, like people are saying are the soundtracks to their like love life. That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Can I suggest a clip for you to watch of Alicia Keys' performance? BT. I can't remember the exact year, but with SWV.
That's the one that I posted.
Yeah, I was watching that last night. Oh my
God. Yes. So again, thank you. Because literally she did Teenage Love Affair on that one.
Yes, she did. Yeah. And then definitely,
Yes. So yes. A queen. Still today. Thank you for the positive, sweet, beautiful energy, consistent energy that you like bring to this world. Thank you for showing Black girls just who we could be. And
it's okay to live your life the way you want to live it and still make your art and have integrity.
Yes, integrity. Thank you. Yes, exactly. You're the true definition of an artist, and we wanted to make this episode to celebrate you and to, just really understand you more and share what we love and our experience of your art. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay, so before we leave, we wanted to do our top 10 of J Records.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so J Records is the record label that put out, do you want me to text it to you?
No, I'm the list that I wrote.
Oh, you wrote the 10 down?
Yeah, I just don't remember. I did it right after you got off the phone.
Okay, so J Records, for those of you who don't know, this is the record company that Alicia Keys released her first album with, Songs in A Minor. This is with Clive Davis, and they have this history of amazing artists that they put out, and we wanted to do our top 10 from J Records. So you go first. You give me your number 1 from J Records.
I mean, I'm gonna say Alicia is the number 1.
Okay, bet. Let's I can agree.
Yeah.
Alicia's number 1. I would say number 2 for me is Jasmine Sullivan.
I was gonna say that too.
Yes. Okay. 3?
3. This is where it starts to get tricky. But I will say 3 is Fantasia.
Yes, that's my 3 too. Yeah. Okay. My number 4, I'm gonna go with Busta Rhymes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize until we looked into this.
Yeah. Number 5.
I'm gonna have to say Monica.
Oh, okay. Yes, classic queen. Number 6, and this is just because like I remember his songs. It's like me like screaming the specific one, even though I don't speak the same language. Pitbull.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
Yes, I'm gonna go with Pitbull.
Okay.
Mami enero sabroso.
I
have no idea what I'm
songs.
saying. Gasolina.
Okay. Gasolina.
Hey.
You saw how?
Yes, the TikTok is gonna come out. Listening
it's like
to
you
Pitbull.
can't help it.
Yeah. So that's number 5 for me. Yeah. Number 6 or 5?
6. That was 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to 7. Who you got?
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, number 7.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad if Jamie Foxx really went for it, did another album.
Yeah, he should give us one.
Like a good
Yeah, I would have taken Jamie Foxx's. Let me not say that. Never mind.
Okay.
What I was about to say. Yeah, let's go with number 7, Jamie Foxx. Number 8, I'm gonna go with Marsha Ambrosius.
Yeah.
Yeah, which shout out to Marsha Ambrosius' new album Casablanca. I was in there when she made that.
You were.
And what an experience.
That must have been amazing.
Her and Dr. Dre killed it. All right, number 9, who you got?
Leona Lewis.
Who?
Okay. She won. I want to say British Idol. She won a show.
Okay.
Simon Cowell.
Yeah. American Idol. British American Idol.
Something like. But this is way back in 2000s. People wanted to deem her the baby Mariah because she can sing. She can hit those notes, and she's like the same complexion, sharper features.
She's black.
Yeah, she's biracial. What I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a song "Keep Breathing."
No.
I'm not even trying to sing it.
And also, Baby Mariah is Ariana Grande, and she has a song called "Breathin'." So.
Well, right.
Yes.
Yeah, right. But this is before. This is when Yeah, right. It's so funny. Yeah. But this is when she was in diapers. This was an Ariana.
Yeah, but, that's not by accident either. That I feel like that the lyric, the song, the name of the song, the Baby Mariah. Okay. And number 10, I had to do it. I'm gonna go with Ari Lennox.
Who's, by the way, a new song, Smoke?
Yes.
In the video.
Shout out to you, Ari Lennox. Yes. We love you. Keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a different number 10?
No, I just didn't realize she was on it because I didn't go to former. Like,
okay, gotcha. I mean? Yeah, no, Ari Lennox would be my number 10. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's our top 10 for J Records. Thank you guys so much for watching. Arkaive community, I hope you're enjoying, and I'm really excited about episode 2, so make sure you guys tune in next week. We'll be dropping the episode. And I want to thank Mountain City for producing this show. We're here today at Studio 68 right here in Yonkers. And yeah, make sure you guys support everything on buykaira.com. Yeah, shout out to you, Arkaive community. We love you. Again, I am your host, Kaira, and my co-host,
Jonathan Nigel.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We love you. Peace.
Bye.